Good morning, dreamers. I hope that this new day and time works for you, and thank you for joining me this morning. I am Margaret with Forward Kind Heart. I am a dream tender, a dream weaver. Those are just really cool ways for saying dream analysis. I love using dreams to help heal, to help get messages from ascended masters, angels, guides, ancestors, my deepest soul wisdom, and not just dreams, but also active imagination, journeying, and the twilight, that space between waking and sleep. So who am I? Like I said, I'm Margaret with Forward Kind Heart, and I love empowering empaths. A lot of times empaths feel that they kind of carry the weight of the world, and they can see this as a curse and a burden, when really it is just this beautiful gift. When an empath learns how to have healthy boundaries and how to really use their gift, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So I love helping empaths just embrace their gift. Okay, so I have my little notes here. So there are two ways that you can participate. The first way is by joining live and then writing your comments, your dreams, and I really enjoy that and love that, because then I can read what you're saying and comment, and we can really interact and get a dialogue to really help you come up with your individual dream meaning. If you know you're going to catch this on the replay, then please message me, contact me, send me your dream, and I'll discuss your dream here, and then you'll still get some of that really valuable, juicy dream goodiness that you get to play with and have fun with. Okay, so let's go ahead, set our space, set our intention. And I love bringing intention and ritual to this. And that's the one thing I'm going to talk about is ritual, bringing ritual into your dream space. So let's go ahead and get started. I have our little singing bowl, so we'll get that started. We'll light our candle. And today we're just really giving ourselves permission to connect with that deeper soul wisdom, to really listen and hear what it has to say, as well as we're setting the intention to be present and involved in our dreams. So for those of you that follow Velvet Von Black on Instagram, you already know that she pulled the Disquiet card. So everybody knew we always pick a card to start because that's just fun. And the Disquiet card really is about listening to that inner gut, your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, then something is not right. And inviting you to take the time to kind of look at the different aspects of your life to see where this disquiet is coming from. And once you find the disquiet, the solution's going to be right there. It's not going to be like this hard solution. It's also kind of a little warning not to leap before you think, not to jump into anything, to really think, take time to kind of weigh your options, which is really interesting that we got this card this morning because it's a full moon in Gemini as well as Mercury retrograde. Gemini and Mercury retrograde both have to do with communication and communication getting messed up, misunderstood. And so a lot of times when Mercury is in retrograde, for myself, I take a little extra time in rereading through emails or text or anything that I'm going to send or post, just to make sure that I sound how I want to sound and I'm not coming across as a different way. Because a lot of times through email and text, our intention, our purpose gets lost in the words and how the words are presented. So just a reminder until December 22nd, when Mercury leaves retrograde, to kind of pay a little extra attention to how you're communicating to people. So Gemini also is about communication and the full moon in Gemini. And so for some people, their dreams really intensify during a full moon. And for other people, they aren't really there. And so I encourage you to have a dream journal if you don't already, and to maybe start looking at the moon cycles and how those are affecting your dreams. And it can just be, there's really great apps. I have one on my phone that follows the moon cycles, And also, if you're really into it, you can, which I love doing, is looking at the moon sign. And so seeing if my dreams are being a reflection of what sign the moon is in. So we know it is in Gemini today, as well as playing around with sun signs. So today is Sunday. We are in, oh my gosh, I forgot. So Scorpio, right? Okay, I'll look in a minute. So you can pay attention to that and how that as well can affect your dreams. But really the moon, since we sleep at night, is really what's going to affect our dreams. And so seeing if your dreams involve communication, miscommunication, you might be getting messages from your deepest soul, ancestors, loved ones, guides, teachers. Anybody could be coming through with a message that could be getting lost. So let's move into bringing ritual into your dream space. A lot of times we just kind of fall asleep. There's not a lot of ritual. There's not a lot of intent. As well as waking up, there's not a lot of ritual or intent into figuring out what our dream is saying. Hello and thank you for watching. So really being able to set that ritual and create that space to really connect and harvest your dream content. And it doesn't have to be complicated. I know for some people, when they hear the word ritual, they think that it's this big, extravagant thing that they have to create. And really it can be as simple as, you know, listening to a certain kind of music. I love room sprays or aromatherapy machines. So maybe before you go to sleep, you spray some lavender, or you put some lavender under your pillow, or you have a lavender in your aromatherapy machine. So you're really starting to add, you know, just some intent. So maybe it's just the lavender in the aromatherapy machine. Another great way to bring ritual is just to, if you journal, or you don't even have to journal, you know, you can just kind of let the day go. Take a few moments in meditation to just kind of let the day wash away. For a lot of people, this is like a shower when they get home from work, you know, envisioning the water, you know, kind of just clearing themselves out. You can, another great thing to do is to ground. So maybe you put the lavender in the aromatherapy machine, and then you just take a few minutes, you know, sitting in bed, laying in bed, really grounding yourself. And so an easy way to ground yourself is just to envision a cord from your root chakra, from your tailbone, from the base of your spine, going deep down into the earth. And I have one, I think I have a grounding one on SoundCloud, so I can go ahead and link that in the comments to this video if you need like a good grounding exercise. Plus there's tons of them on YouTube. So, you know, play around, find what works. So really creating this ritual that you do every night that allows your subconscious, your inner deepest wisdom to know that it is time for it to come alive, to bring you these messages. So finding, you know, the things that are going to work for you. Like I said, aromatherapy, grounding, setting the intention. You know, if there's a question you want answered, you know, as you drift off to sleep, repeatedly asking, you know, that question. You know, will I find love? Will I find love? Will I find love? As you doze off to sleep, because that will connect your subconscious and your conscious mind to start to play this out and to work on this. So morning rituals, because a lot of times, a lot of people, and that's some part of what this video is about, talks about their dreams are being very fleeting. That they wake up and it's just like the dream just ran away and it left. So creating this space to first thing in the morning, set your alarm 5-10 minutes earlier. I know a lot of us are not morning people. We don't want to get up any earlier than we have to. But if you're really sincere and intent about discovering your dream meanings and messages, just honoring that extra few minutes, you know, have that journal, scribble down your dream really quickly, and know that you can always go back to it later. If you want, I always like to do what I call a quick hit, which is just kind of my gut reaction instinct into what this dream is about. So let's say you wake up and your dreams ran away and you don't remember them. That's okay. Go with what you have, a feeling, a thought, an image. Hi, Eddie. Thanks for watching. Anything that you get first thing in the morning. So if you don't remember your dream, it's really just that. Is it a feeling? Is it an emotion? Is it a thought? Is it a song? I wake up lots of times with songs in my head, and so I'll just look up the lyrics and really try to look into what that song lyric means and how it is affecting like my day or what message it could be. And you'll be really surprised. If you look up a song, you think, oh my gosh, this was my grandpa's favorite song. Then that usually is a sign that like your grandpa was just coming and saying hi and just, be like, yay. So that is how we can bring ritual to our dream space. And the more ritual and intent you bring, the deeper relationship you're going to have with your dreams. And further down the road, I'm going to get into active imagination, guided imagery, the twilight, and journey, because those are other ways that you can engage with your deepest soul wisdom, as well as your guides and teachers and your whole spiritual support team. But we're just touching on our dreams today, and I do have a couple of dreams that I went into the fleeting dreams, which a lot of people have been contacting me about this week, that their dreams have just been kind of leaving them. So try to bring that 5-10 minutes in the morning. If you're not a writer or journaler, have a recorder on your cell phone and just really quickly just spit it into your phone. I know some people that will text themselves or email themselves their dreams, just whatever feels the most natural, because you're really just getting it out so you can go back to work with it. And further down the road, we can go ahead and talk about dream recall, because once you get that dream out the first time, the more you retell it, the more you work with it, the more stuff that's going to be activated in helping you to interpret your dream meanings. So I always talk about a crystal, and this is one of my favorite, and I think it's really good just to help us feel grounded, help us feel nurtured and supported, and that is selenolite. I believe I've showed this one before, and it's great for communication with spirits and just opening up communication, which is really great since we have a full moon in Gemini and Mercury retrograde. So if you've got your selenolite, a lot of times they come in wands, which are just beautiful. This is one of my favorites, probably because it's heavy. So like I said, when it feels grounding, it's heavy, so it kind of sinks me down into the ground. So that is our crystal. We went through our oracle. We talked about bringing ritual to dreams. And so next thing I want to talk about is, again, death dreams have come up for a couple people this week. And I get it. Death dreams are so unnerving and shaking and can be terrifying, whether it's our death or the death of somebody else. And so these death dreams were also about losing body parts. So one person contacted me about a death dream where they watched a loved one be decapitated. And at first you're like, oh my gosh, this is freaky. It's like watching a horror movie. When really, when I think of decapitation, I think of death of the ego. So this person is no longer living from their ego-driven place, the I place, and more from a place of love. So if you're dreaming violent dreams and you're losing body parts, a head, legs, arms, nose, whatever it is, take time to really look at what that body part signifies to you. Ears, hearing, hands, what we do, what we create, legs, how we move in the world. A lot of times we look for this really deep symbolic meaning when really it is what it is. How does this represent itself in your life? So if you're a writer or an artist and you lose your hands, that could be something different than somebody who sews or somebody who stocks shelves at a grocery store. But it all comes down to livelihood. Because a lot of times our hands is what helps us earn our living. So are you engaged with how you earn your living? Are you disengaged with how you learn or how you earn your living? Really just, and go with your gut. I know I say this a lot, but go with your gut. You know, if you dream that your hands get chopped off and the first thing that pops into your head is writing, and maybe you're not a writer, then maybe that is a call to write. So really, you know, don't censor that gut reaction. So that is, you know, our death dreams again, and embrace them, because again, death dreams mean change. And it's the end of the year, and it's the beginning of the year. So a lot of times we're creating change with our intention. Things we want to create in the new year, things we want to let go of in the new year, change that we want to create. And so we create this change, and then our dreams mirror the change that we are creating. And that can be scary. And look for if shadow pops up in those change dreams, because that is going to be really significant in death dreams, dreams about change, dreams about loss. When shadow comes up, it's letting you know where your blind spots are. And that can be beautiful, because oftentimes, you know, like hindsight is 50-50. I wish I had known this. Shadow can be coming in and letting you know this is where you cannot see. This is kind of a trigger for you. This is kind of a hot spot for you. This is something you need to be aware of if you move forward. So looking for those elements. And again, remember, shadow, it's going to come in where we can't always see it. So when it's a person, it's going to be somebody that we can't, you know, their face will be to the side, or they won't make eye contact with us. I've had dreams just about shadow where the whole time I felt very uncomfortable. I felt very unease. I felt that like something was trying to get my attention, trying to come at me. And shadow is that elusiveness in dreams. And further down the road, we can talk about playing with that in the active imagination, the twilight, these other areas where we have a little bit more control in engaging with our dream content. And that's wonderful for dream work, as to really help engage. So a lot of times when we're passed out cold and we're dreaming, it's just all information coming to us, and then we wake up feeling like we have to decode, like we need a decipher ring to figure out what it is that our dreams were trying to tell us. Whereas in the active imagination, guided imagery, journeying space, you have more control, more ability to connect and disconnect with what is being presented. So just to sum up, because I feel like I just threw a whole bunch of information at you this morning. So bringing ritual to your dreams, honoring your dream space, this communication space, by either setting aromatherapy, grounding before you go to sleep, asking a question before you go to sleep, seeking guidance, or whatever it is that's kind of weighing on you, or perhaps there's a loved one you want to see, or an ascended master or an angel that you want to connect with. Invite them in. Just make sure that when you invite them in, you ask that they are there for your highest and greatest good. You know, so just, you know, I really want to connect with Archangel Michael for my highest and greatest good. And invite that in. I really want my grandpa to come and talk with me in my dream for my highest and greatest good. So remember, bringing ritual, and that can be, you know, showering before you go to bed, setting an aromatherapy, lighting a candle. I have a thing about having fire go while I'm sleeping, so if you're okay with that, then go for it. You know, setting a crystal under your pillow, holding a crystal, you know, just kind of holding it and, you know, telling it what you want to get out of your dreams tonight. There are 100 different ways that you can bring ritual to your dream space. And thinking of that, I can go ahead and write a blog post, hopefully for this week, about ways to bring ritual to your dream space. So we have that. Fleeting dreams. So how to connect with your fleeting dreams. So again, it's really about training your brain, getting yourself into the process of doing something first thing in the morning, whether that's writing in a recorder, texting yourself, scribbling it down in your journal, giving yourself that 5 to 10 minutes just to get it out. You're not processing it. You're not going to go through dream steps and dream analysis here. Facebook me if you're a member of my Facebook Sacred Dream Circle or Sacred Dream Space. Go ahead, put it out there. People will often do that. Hey, just had this dream. Blech. So then it's out, and then people are starting the active process of helping you interpret that. So writing it, and remember, even if you don't remember, if it's already gone, there's still lingering stuff there. So that thought, that emotion, whatever it is that has still lingered. So we've talked about ritual, how to work with fleeting dreams. Lastly, death dreams, because they seem to be very, very prevalent right now with the end of the year, the new year starting, the full moon in Gemini, Mercury retrograde. So lots of stuff about communication, lots of change. So really looking at what is happening in those death dreams. Is it you that's dying, and what aspect of you is dying? Is it somebody that you're witnessing, and what aspect of them is dying? Such as, the decapitation dream, so loss of ego. And then, if you're losing a body part, what does that body part signify for you? What does that death signify? What does it symbolize? What is that death in your dream asking you to let go of? And full moons are beautiful for letting go, for releasing. So if you have any death dreams, sit with them today, sit with them tonight in the full moon, and look at, what do I need to release? What do I need to let go? What am I holding on to that it's time to let go of? Because those death dreams are showing you this is part of you that no longer serves you. This is something that you need to let go of. So honor that. I know death dreams are scary. Change is scary. But it's okay. It's part of life. It's helping you to get to the next stage of who you're meant to be, which is amazing. So, yeah, just honor it. Bring love and intention to it. Okay, so I think I covered the 3 topics. And I did tie the card in there a bit, the disquiet. So it's following your intuition. If you feel something is off, change, death dreams, feeling something is off, those 3 go together, bringing that intention and looking and finding that solution and the beauty in growth and change. So thank you for watching this morning. Happy full moon. I hope that you are able to release some things through your dreams this evening. Again, there's a couple ways that you can participate. And if you're not already signed up, sign up on this page to get my amazing 3-day dream journey where I help walk you through the steps to really start the relationship with your dreams, to really start to engage with your dreams, to really start this beautiful relationship that is going to help you. And it's going to help you grow and expand and give you more insight into your life and everything. And if you're watching this every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can write your dreams to me, send them to me, or you can watch live and then type them in, and then you and I can engage in what your dream is meaning and what the symbols are for you. So until next week, I hope that this week is full of you bringing ritual to your dreams, and I will get that blog post going. It goes live Friday, so I will make a note to do that, as well as some of the topics that we talked about, because I really do want to honor the things that I said that I'm going to bring to you. If I ever mention something in one of these live videos and I don't circle back to it, send me a message. I'm human. I forget. I get really excited about things, and I don't have pen and paper in front of me, so I can't write down things. So do not hesitate to reach out and just say, hey, I'm curious about this in dreams. You mentioned this in one of your live videos. Can you go back and retouch on that or explain more? because I'm here to help you tap into the massive wisdom of your deepest soul and everything else that's trying to come through. Ancestors, guides, teachers, all of your support that's trying to help you make the best of this life. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful, lovely day, and I will see you next Sunday morning. Bye.